Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Daniel.
I'm Summer.
Abigail.
Gabriel.
And we're the Colombian cousins and our wives. And today we are doing a new song, a little bit different. Actually, it's the first of its kind, I believe.
On our channel?
On our channel.
Oh,
Ever.
okay.
In the history.
Ever.
It's
First of
in the
its kind.
history
In the
of
history of the
mankind. Three-man band together.
Three men.
Band together in a world.
Full of. I got it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
You want to continue the deep voice?
I
Ivy?
don't.
No.
What, isn't that a thing?
It's a
a
comedian.
comedian, yeah.
He does like movie theater, cinema.
Trailer.
He's like,
Cinematic trailers.
one man, one opportunity.
Sounds a lot like it.
Comes once in a lifetime.
On the corner, and the mob wanted
Wow,
him.
guys, we are really on a rabbit trail. Can
Sorry,
we
we're
like?
back. We are right back. So this is outro.
Tier.
There, exactly.
Tear and tear
It
both.
could be-
Both.
According to our admins, this can mean both things. We read a little bit about the synopsis.
And Abby
Summary.
almost cried.
Abby almost cried.
It's true.
She
I
got-
had tears in my eyes
flashback.
to the point where they thought of quitting and going their separate ways.
Oh,
Thankfully, BTS pushed through. It means two things: crying and ripping apart.
tear and tear.
Because it's a play.
I
Because it's
have
a play on
tears
words.
in my eyes.
You have tears in your eyes
No,
from just
I
reading
have
that.
tears in my eyes.
Tears. She was teary-eyed.
She was teary-eyed.
Reading it. Our admins kind of told us a little bit about the story behind it. Sugar wrote it. I guess. I mean, we talk a lot about this off camera, even before this video, about how difficult it is to do what they're doing. As fun as they make it seem, and like they're smiling, and all this good content's getting pushed out, it's hard. It's a lot of work, and so any normal human would fall under the pressure or just be like, it's too much.
Yeah, I mean, you have a breaking point.
Yeah, and so we don't know the story as to the timing or why it happened, but they reached one of those points where it was getting really difficult, and they were really contemplating like something as drastic as a disbandment, right? And so
In
you read-
2018, yeah.
And so Sugar wrote about it. And what else did it say?
He said that when I don't know if he read them the lyrics, but they all cried.
oh
together.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they all cried.
And
That's-
then they became happily ever after.
yeah,
they're
they were
still
like,
together.
I think
And then they had their biggest year yet.
Yeah.
When they
Can you
decided to
imagine?
stay together.
had they decided the fork in the road moment, and they decided to stay, had a really big year, they probably had like a big realization at that point, like we're brothers, we're in this together.
And you know, that sometimes that's what it does. You go through like a big rough patch, and then it's like you get a newfound appreciation, maybe, and so it kind of changes your perspective, and then you're like, okay, reset.
Yeah.
We can do this.
It's like
Yeah.
you're on the brink of it ending, and only at that point do you realize what you have and how you can't really live without it. Like you think you don't want it until you almost let it go. So
That's good, babe.
thanks.
Wow, that was really
That was
good.
deep.
I'm almost crying.
I have tears in my eyes.
I have tears in my eyes.
How did we get here?
So yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So this wasn't a poll winner. Wasn't a CCW submission. It wasn't drawn out of a hat. There was a reason we got to this song. And so over on Patreon, we had because at the beginning of this channel, we had just randomly been picking songs because we didn't know anything. As we got on Patreon and we got some admins help guide us, it cleared things up a lot. Like they kind of said, you're all over here. Let's just kind of follow this path here. So we've been
Right.
following that. We left the spot there for people to put in submissions because, we can only follow things so much. And so we did a lot of different categories.
Of content,
Right.
Yeah.
So we had categories for behind the scenes, interviews, B-side tracks. We had everything. And that felt like it covered all avenues where we were winning. A lot of videos were winning. Most recently, two specific types of videos won. And it's having to do with these lines, like dance line,
Vocal line.
vocal line, all these different lines, right? So then the 3J dance practice video won. The song, The Truth Untold,
Truth
Untold
Untold,
one.
or actually Home won. But then Truth Untold
yeah.
was like right there at second.
Yeah, that was our poll. That was really
Yeah.
close.
Right. And then those another poll where again another song of the song line was gonna win. The vocal line, I mean.
Yeah.
And so then there was like some rumbling, some people talking. Well, there's another line. It's the rap line.
And y'all are forgetting about that.
And but it's not that we're forgetting. We were like, oh yeah, I guess there's different subgroups, right?
Yeah.
And it just hadn't won a poll yet. And so the way we kind of look at it is, like, for instance, we watched Wired pretty recently as an example. Wired won the poll, but it was really close. And there was obviously a lot of people that voted for something else. That reason, I mean, it was close. Had Wired not won, maybe the next week we would have tried again. It would have lost again, or later on, and then eventually lost again, and then it just go on forever, and then we never ended up watching that video, and it's something that we would have missed out on.
Yep.
So then that happens. So on both ends, either something that we know we would have enjoyed and we miss it, but at the same time, there's things that we're missing that the
Yeah.
people really enjoy. So there was a little bit of, it's like it was growing pressure. It wasn't intense yet, but it would have gotten there, right? So like we were like, okay, we need to take a step back and give a little bit of space to the rap line. That's what we're doing
That's what we're doing
for the fans.
for the fans.
Fans. The
I mean,
primos.
the army is
army.
really big.
Yeah, and that's
So, I mean, there's a lot of different tastes and represented in the army. So,
yeah, that's true. Because like somewhere out there, there's people who love BTS as rappers, and that's what they listen to.
Yeah.
they get in their car and it's like rap line all the time. So when they come to a channel like ours,
yeah.
they want to see some reaction to some stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think it's fair to say that, like, that's not my genre of choice.
Yeah.
But I like BTS. So I will give them a shot at this artistry
Yeah.
that they put forward.
And that's the thing. We like them as people already. Like we're grown
Right.
attached to them as people, right?
Yeah.
And like I listened to rap music some in like high school. My what do I call it? My thuggish days.
Your thuggish era.
Yeah, my thug era. It's a good time. Had a couple chains. So I listened to that. A little bit of that style of music back in the day, and then I grew older, a little softer. Now, like I know you like ballads. I love instrumentation. If that's good music, I'm
yeah.
gonna like it, almost
Yeah,
regardless
good.
of the genre. So, but I mean, just like most BTS fans, everyone has different tastes and interests.
Absolutely.
So, but this one, after hearing what it's about, we're pretty interested in it.
Yeah.
I'd
Like to see the song that, like, essentially pulled them back together.
I know, right?
Wow, that's true.
Good way to look at it.
So basically, our admins strongly suggested that we watch this one. This
Yeah.
was their rap line pick.
Yeah. So they're like, we should probably let's do a rap line. Okay. We don't know any rap lines.
Yeah.
And it's not one of our categories because we don't have specific line
Yeah, we don't
categories.
have a vocal line category. We don't have a dance line category.
and
we
a
just
rap line
had-
category. It's just like general.
yeah.
General.
And rap
yeah.
line just hadn't won yet. So
Yeah.
we're throwing it in there.
Here we go, guys. We're doing it for you rap line lovers.
All right. You ready?
Do
Yeah,
it.
we're
All right, let's
ready.
go. Okay. See, I'm on board. I like the piano. Oh. Oh, man, that sounds beautiful so far. Wow.
I want to be there.
Well, look at the violins.
Oh, hold on. I gotta remove these captions because they're in the way. Okay. Wow.
So fast.
Wow.
I can't read that
I
fast.
cannot
I
even
literally
read.
cannot read that
I'm
fast.
like, anyone
So-
catching this?
This reminds me. I had almost forgotten this side of RM because it's been so long since
Yeah.
you've seen his really quick rap.
Yeah,
And I
'cause-
remember like really appreciating it back then when he would throw it into their songs.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
like, wow, that was so cool. And now it's like a whole line of it. You're
Because
like,
Sugar can
wow.
rap dang fast too. Like
Yeah.
really, really, really fast. But yeah, it's almost like the words, like from what I'm, like this one, stop saying things like forever after all.
Forever after all,
the end originally
exists.
Yeah, it's like, it's almost like like they're angry about the prospect of them ending, or like or maybe it's the prospect of them not stopping is what I should say, like going
right,
forever.
or not having the option to quit.
Yeah, right. That's what I meant to say.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I thought
But
that's what you were
so
saying.
I wonder if this is gonna be like a thing that they kind of come to a realization. Like the beginning shows like
I
what led up to
know.
that moment, and then I finally they realize where
Because
they
you
are.
hear that really melodic, pretty entrance, and you almost think that's going to make its way back into the end
Yeah,
before the end of the
yeah.
song. We'll see.
So let's see if the tone changes. See, perhaps I never loved you at all.
Be more.
You're my champ. You're my champ. What more can I say? You're my friend. 같은 곳을 향해 걸었었는데.
Oh, the music.
우리의 마지막 그. 영원히 많은 건
This part's cool.
Uh huh.
Ooh.
Now we
that
break
three?
each other.
Dang, I like this.
The dream song become a dream.
Uh huh.
Like, don't break my heart. Instead, just burn it so nothing's left.
Wow.
That whole section
Ouch.
was good, and then the music.
Yeah. What did the
was-
words say?
Yeah, the music was really. I mean, it's really fast.
It's hard to like
Well,
encompass
yeah,
everything they're saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the tone did change in that part. Like
did.
we walk towards the same place, but this place becomes our last. Although we used to talk about forever, now we break each other without,
mercy. I saw that part.
And although we thought we
brutal.
dreamed the same dream, that dream has finally become a dream. That's the part that I was like, oh dang, like we're here.
We're living the
We're-
dream.
yeah, we're made it.
We're in this dream.
And then my heart is torn. Please burn it instead, so that pain and regret, none of that would be left.
Wow.
Dang, Sugar with these lyrics.
No.
Who hurt you?
Right.
Deep.
Tear.
Tears are a luxury.
Uh-huh. Oh,
So
wow.
just get started now.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Man, so that whole part, are they just basically talking about like
Like, get it over with.
get it over with? Like if we're
Let's
gonna end, just end it.
yeah. Like
Just rip my heart into pieces and stomp on the remaining ashes or whatever it is.
yeah, like
Like-
just burn all. I think it's like just like burn the history of it. Like it's done. We're done.
And it's obviously gonna hurt a lot.
It's gonna hurt. Let's get it over with.
Like what are you waiting for, man?
I'm okay.
These are probably like raw feelings I was had whenever they were really contemplating these things. But for these, but the way
Man,
he's
it must have
writing
got
them,
Bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
And not even resentment left.
Man. Wow, like the ending is near. Wow. Oh,
Some
what?
singing.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, hold on. I want to catch some of those lyrics.
I can't read that fast.
And it's like I'm trying to read with the beat and you can't because it's not. They're not singing
Well, the
English.
beat's like.
So I'm like, okay, ignore the beat and just read the words.
I
Yeah,
know.
and it's pretty
I mean,
hard.
the words are deep.
Yeah.
There's no use to me parting. It's to me only that moment, and then in the moment everything was dangerous. RN came in 2 characters.
Well,
wish I hadn't
so when they
cried.
said 2 characters, didn't you hear that other voice that came in?
Oh, the deep like.
Yeah.
Just like that.
I wish I hadn't cried. I wish it hadn't torn me. That's what he's saying. He's like, just I don't want any regret. Just burn it. That it's like it's worse to just like sit
There's no
in,
use
the
hold
pain.
on to it.
To me,
Yeah.
parting is
Man,
to me
and
only
even
that moment.
J-Hope came in with the really quick. I mean, they're just really good at rapping all of them. I wish it hadn't torn me. Wow. So you're my everything.
Wow.
You're everything. Oh wow. Oh.
Wow, that was intense. Oh,
Golly, man. What a man. The lyricism,
read
Suga's
that.
really
yes.
Yeah, that's one of those that you have to like have it set apart and read through it and kind of break it down. But it was going through their journey of emotions. Like at
Yeah.
the beginning, like that pent up, like
It's almost
I
like
don't
a
know.
resentment or
like just the stress, the pressure is
Yeah.
kind of building on, and then you're at the point where you feel like you're at a breaking point, and it's like it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna like suck. It's gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So just like rip it off like a band-aid, crush my heart, whatever. But then towards the end, they kind of land back, like we've reached this dream together. We're here together. Like y'all are my everything, girl. We're like I don't know what the word said. I can't remember it.
It's like
Like we belong together. Essentially, what he was trying to convey.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're at the very end.
It's like the whole song was like the journey of them making the decision to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it wasn't. I doubt it was a single conversation. It was like had been going on and on and on and on. So he was like, I could see Suga like really just simmering on that and writing down these lyrics and then presenting it to the band, and they all reading it and they're just bawling their eyes out and being like, okay, never mind, yeah, this is
Because
who
at
we
that
are.
point, they've been together for a really long time.
5 years.
Yeah, like 5 years. Well, that's
More than
since
that.
they debuted.
pre-debut,
Oh, yeah.
they were
Yeah.
together for.
Wow. So okay. So then the rap was really good. The music.
The music was cool.
I love I mean, it was really fast rap, but so it's different from other rap songs that we've heard, where it's just kind of like a repeating rhythm underneath,
Right.
and there's rapping over it. This one kind of had like
There was violins. I heard violins and orchestra.
that pre-chorus, the walk-up pre-chorus. Gabriel knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That first time that it hit it, the J-Hope's first part coming in, that music part, and when he came into that, goosebumps, immediate goosebumps. That was probably my favorite part musically.
That little
the
that
song.
walk up.
Yeah, right before Aryan comes in saying, "You're my tear, you're my tear, 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 tear."
Tear.
He
Pretty
said
sure
at
they
the
were
same
saying
time.
tear the whole time.
Yeah,
You're my tear.
I just want to pull it up again because I liked it a lot. It was like, this part right here.
Yeah.
Is it just like 4, 5, 6, 5, 4?
I don't know. I thought it did
I thought
a
it was
3,
from-
but now it sounds like a 5. That's a 5.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, that was good. I got it to my playlist.
I like the "You're My Tear" part because I can actually sing along.
Yeah, I know
That'd be
the other
good.
parts.
And then you wonder, like,
And
how
then you're my
much-
fear, you're my fear. Man, that could be. We could sit here and like it's one of those that you can get the
Break it
lyrics and
apart.
break it apart and reinterpret it a million different ways.
That's how a lot of like lyrical rap is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you're my
Usually, because they have to come up with so many words that fit perfectly together.
what they're trying to say.
Yeah, so you kind of have to like walk around points a lot of times, so you have to like decipher it.
Yeah, like you're my fear. He's not saying like I'm scared of you.
Right.
He's just, I mean, that could mean a lot of things. Like if you fear someone,
He fears
like-
breaking up.
yeah,
You could fear the success
like
of yourself. You
or
could fear-
imagine like a relationship. Like you want to be with this person, for instance, but y'all maybe you know it can't work, and so you fear you want
you fear the end.
yeah
Too.
you fear what it can what it can potentially lead to. So
Yeah. I mean,
good stuff.
oh, it's good.
That was deep.
Yeah.
The lyrics.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I've been talking in the whole
No, yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Gabriel's talked the most.
I feel like I've talked the entire time too.
My throat hurts.
Same.
Cool. Well, that was our first rap line song officially.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments what lines we're missing. Is there like a that we know there's the Macne, but is that a line? Considered a line? I guess
I
so.
don't know. I didn't know
Maybe.
that.
Is
You
the
said
line
that.
only something that is a performing
Performing thing?
Singing, dancing, rapping?
Or is there like a personality line? Is there?
Right. Age line.
Age line.
I don't know what else there is. I think as far as performing and then solo stuff.
I feel like it's just sing, rap, and dance lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Probably. Cool. Good times. Thanks for. Wait. Nobody recommended that one. Thanks for.
Julie and Claire did.
Oh yeah, Julie and Claire, thanks for
Thanks,
recommending that
Julie
one,
and
and I'm sure
Claire.
Army will appreciate it. I mean,
I'm
if
sure.
they are kind of like the embodiment of. We got really lucky we found them.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, for like the general Army masses, which is hard to
Right.
say because they're kind of all over the place. But they don't really just think for themselves; they think for everybody.
Yeah.
There's been times they've told us to do things a certain way, not because of how they prefer it, but because this is
everyone
how
else
Army
does.
would rather you do it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And then every now and then they say stuff. I'm like, you know what? Let's just put a poll out just to be sure. And like 9 times out of 10, it lines up with what they said
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
there's our shout out. Shout out, not shut out. I don't know if I said that clear. Anyway, thanks guys for following along our journey. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. We are also, as we've discussed, on Patreon and on Discord. We have a lot of fun over there. We also have an Instagram. You can join
do.
us on Instagram right over there. And that's about it for our socials.
Yep.
No TikTok.
Nope.
Probably
Don't
not.
sign me up for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. If there's a TikTok admin out there who's interested,
Oh gosh, you're about to get.
We may or may not
Kidding.
consider it.
He's kidding right now.
yeah. But anyway, we had a good time with this one. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Am I forgetting anything?
Yeah.
No,
Nope.
that
I
was
don't
good.
think so.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.